So here we are again today, like always. Namaskaram, Swagatam, Suswagatam, Namaste, and hello. Welcome back to my 7th episode. Yes, Radio Vani listeners, we are coming together a long way, hoping to continue this journey for much more longer still. As many of you are aware, there is a slight change of the telecast day from Friday to Saturday, and this will continue. As we all know that we are focusing on single notes of one specific chakra each week, we take our attention to the solar plexus today. Also known as the Manipura, the third chakra. But first, let's start with some fundamentals on our 7 chakras. This is a practice I follow every session, as I assume some listeners may be always a first time listener. As I have visited earlier, there are 7 subtle wheel systems interconnected to each other at specified locations in each of us. These systems, or the energy centers, or the sea of Ki, or the sea of Chi, Dantian or Tantian, loosely defined as the elixir field, finally also called as the 7 chakras. Let's revisit the order of the 7 chakra, with first being the root chakra, also known as the Muladhara, second being the sacral chakra, also known as the Swadhisthana. Then comes your solar plexus chakra, which is also on the position of third in the order, and that is called the Manipura and our focal chakra today. Followed by the heart chakra or the 4th chakra, which is also called as the Anahata. The last zone consists of the 3 higher consciousness chakras, namely throat chakra on the 5th position, also known as the Vishuddha, the 3rd eye chakra on the 6th location, also known as Ajna, and the last or the 7th and the final prime chakra, the crown chakra, also known as the Sahasrara. Now, after touring the locations, I would like to bring you back to the focal point chakra, known as the solar plexus chakra. Manipura also means the lustrous gem. Manipura is a Sanskrit word. The solar plexus chakra is also the power chakra of the people belonging to the zodiac Aries and Leo. The main coordinating color of Manipura chakra or the solar plexus chakra is bright yellow, the symbol of which is a 10 petals lotus, and centrally to it is the downward pointing triangle surrounded by 3 swastikas, which are symbol of fire. Swastika also means Su, meaning the good, and Astika means to exist. Let the goodness exist within. The deity often depicted as Ram or Agni, Hindu gods of fire. Fire also symbolizes the transformational energy essential to turn metal ores into beautiful objects. Thus, the people belonging to zodiac Aries and Leo are said to be very, very creative. As we all know that every rule has an exception, to be a creative person for people with solar plexus chakra as their power chakra are subjective to certain factors like certain modern lifestyles blockages to their core chakras, which is improper eating habits and stress, unnecessary time spent with devices, and many such modern day ills blocks the solar plexus chakra, leading to impairment on personal level of head ruling heart or the logical side of the brain ruling the creative side of the brain. Change and movement relating to this chakra involves transforming oneself into being of power and self-will. However, this kind of power has nothing to do with aggression or control. It's the power that acknowledges differences but transcends the challenges of polarity connected to the sacral chakra to achieve new point of balance. Working on this chakra helps to bridge differences and develop wholeness. On a society interactions level, the solar plexus relates to our connection with others. It is also about the power to be an individual, to be unique while celebrating our connections with the humanity. Location of this chakra or the IP address, this has become my patent, and you will listen to this for the next balance chakras too. Location for this chakra or the IP address is between the navel and the base of the sternum. Main themes to this chakra rules the relationship of ourselves, our self-esteem, creativity and connections. Scientifically, it rules the digestive systems and the stomach-related ailments like ulcers, acidity, and nausea. Blockages to this third chakra leads to weight gain in the abdomen areas and also certain level of obesity, dropping the impacted person's self-esteem on lower standards. Thus, this part is important for all of you, all my listeners. It is very important and very essential to practice strengthening and stimulating of this chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra, also the third chakra, also the Manipura chakra. And as it can tremendously help you shake off the fears of rejection, criticism, and standing apart from the group and create your own unique identity. The foundation of this chakra is self-respect and the ability to take risks that you can face any situations life throws at you fearlessly. This, my friends, is true inner personal power. So here's how you decode two open, blocked, or a balanced chakra terms. There are certain characteristics that pivot towards the indicative state of the chakras. In this case, the solar plexus chakra, an excessive or too open chakra is when the chakra spins too fast. The characteristic behavior mainly are angry, controlling, workaholic, judgmental, and superior. Blocked chakra spins sluggishly or not at all. The characteristic behavior in this stage is overly concerned with what others think, fearful of being alone, insecure, needs constant reassurance. Balanced chakra means when the chakra maintains an equilibrium and spins at correct vibrational speed. People with balanced solar plexus chakra respect self and others, has personal power, and are spontaneous and uninhibited, which is a very powerful attribute. So how do you balance the solar plexus chakra? Since this chakra is associated with self-care, a luminous glow of a gem, and the fire element, plus the gut health, one has to be very mindful of the eating habits. Eating more wholesome foods like seeds, nuts mixed with your regular carbohydrates is a must. This is normally the time of the show when I mention the associated sense. So the sense associated to the solar plexus is the sight. Thus, what you see of yourself and how you see yourself is of and should be of utmost priority. This is one of the aspects I really want people to focus on, and that is styling yourself. We all have a unique style based on our elements. The clothes we select, the perfumes, the accessory all come around, and if fitted well with your element will make you feel at home. And friends, trust me, people who are always feeling at home reflect a comfortable and seamlessly pleasant movement in their aura. And that by far is what I call the X factor of a person. The comfort with which they move gracefully, and more importantly, truly what he or she is. And truth is attractive and daring. The other favorite way to balance always for me is via burning the aromatic oils. And the aromatic oils for solar plexus are oils like cinnamon, rose, bergamot, yang yang, and carnations. Of course, the other most popular way to balance is to wear the crystals related to that particular chakra. So, for solar plexus chakra, the crystals namely are the yellow citrine, topaz, and sunstone. Then we come to the two not very popular but practiced by some very regularly to balance the chakras. That is asking questions and saying affirmations. So now I will list the following questions that you need to ask yourself each day for the solar plexus chakra. Mind you, the phrase can change, but the gist should remain the same. So I start now. The questions you need to ask yourself to balance solar plexus chakra are: what risk can you take to strengthen your power base? Consider confronting your fears about a particular person. How could you equalize your relationship with him or her? The second question being, have you recently acted subserviently? Did you gain anything? How can you prevent this from happening again? Visualize a more empowering outcome. Third question, what do you admire? Or who do you admire? Who owns themselves? How can you emulate them? If you admire a public figure, learn about them. When you're faced with a challenging decision, imagine what choice they would make. Fourth question, how do you use your anger? Controlled anger is a healthy expression of personal power. Practice giving vent to your anger by punching a cushion. Not too hard till you tear it, I'm sure. Otherwise, someone at home will get angrier than you that day. So, you must practice giving vent to your anger by punching a cushion, or if you have a boxing bag in your room. Now, for some affirmations. I accept and value myself just the way I am. I know I'm becoming the best person I can be. I determine to treat myself with honor and respect. My personal power is becoming stronger each day and is conditioning me. I am my own person. I choose how to think and behave. I deserve the love, the respect, and the prosperity that comes to me. Make it a practice to have the color yellow as much as possible around you. This is an important aspect to maintain your altar when you meditate or your meditation space. In order to know more about altars and mudras and mantras of 7 chakras, obviously you will have to write to me for getting the complete access to the links. There are mainly 7 ways you can balance your chakra: archetypes, altars, interconnecting wheels, physical exercises, crystal healing, meditation, and affirmations. The ones I listed above are very feasible DIY techniques. The acronym being do it yourself, as my attempts have always been to help people to independently take control of their spiritual being. Now, when I say that a particular chakra is a power chakra of certain zodiac, it does not mean that only those people have to or need to balance those chakras. The idea is to balance all of your chakras at all point of time. Focusing on your power chakra gives a person a head start to a discipline which then never stops. You master and move chakra after chakra till you reach the ultimate point of consciousness and alignment and enlightenment and awareness of self and surrounding coordinates. a better understanding of wisdom and the world. Due to the interconnectivity of all the chakras, it is very important for everyone to practice every chakra besides their power chakra. Thus, I emphasize that practicing balancing of each chakra is equally important for everyone. Another reason for it is that also the chakras that rule our basic survival are also sometimes the reason of many emotional and physical dysfunctions if they are out of balance. In a nutshell, the solar plexus is also a metaphor of sun, and the core theme of power corresponds to the yellow hues because of the sun rays. That's why it's called as the metaphor of the sun. So imagine any elemental energy or any elemental force trying to destroy the sun gets burnt. So in a similar fashion, your inner station should be so powerful that not even the whispers of an adversity can come near you to shake you up. In the whole scheme of things, for you to balance chakras, there are terms like archetypes and altars. Archetypes are the universal themes or the models of a human condition. They provide us, the healers, to understand the emotional experiences both with you or what you want to be. There are both functional and dysfunctional archetypes, and both are instrumental and valuable for spiritual growth. So, normally archetypes and altars are not really very important, but they are instrumental. So by healers, we do look at the archetypes and we do suggest possible changes in the altar of your meditation spaces. They help us identify the concern areas also, and they help us formulate the combination for the perfect remedy as a healer. Altars, on the other hand, is an aesthetic setup of the chakra related attributes and items like colored fabrics, books, singing bowls, specific aromatherapy, and much more. In order to know more about altars and archetypes and chakra balancing, you will have to write to me. You will have to email me or just WhatsApp me. So my WhatsApp number is 1+1 979 6156, or my email is shrishtihealing@gmail.com. I'll spell it out for you. It is SHRISHTIHEALING, shrishtihealing@gmail.com. In case you have missed out on my WhatsApp number and my email address, please do call Radio Vani. They have the specific details to reach out to me. So this will mark the end of today's session. But before I leave, let me give you a small recap. We covered the power chakra of the Leos and the Aries, which apparently is the solar plexus chakra, located at the third position of our human subtle chakra system. The core color is yellow, and it is also called as the Manipura, which means the lustrous gem. We covered various ways to understand the level of blockages and the ways to balance and the corresponding dysfunctions. We also covered the various ways of balancing your solar plexus today, and my emphasis still remains that focusing on the power chakra does not mean you are balancing all your chakras. Thus, balancing all your chakras with prime focus on your power chakra is the right way to go. This is an inside-out approach. So, some parts of my audio content will be repetitive as they generalize the concept and cannot be left behind or undermined. It is very important to touch base upon some basic concepts before we actually go into specialized specifications of that particular chakra. That is the reason many of you who have been following me in most of the episodes would know that there are certain common areas of addressing most of the chakra placements and talking about altars and archetypes definitions, understanding terminologies of blockages and to open, uh, blocked, or balanced chakras will sound repetitive. I'm sorry for that, but I would have to keep visiting those points again and again in order to make you understand your specific chakras at that point of time and correlate the coordinates. I hope I have been able to keep things simple and easy to follow. Your feedbacks are definitely awaited. They matter to me because based on the feedback, I would be able to work more better and also would like to explain it the way you would like to understand it. So I'm really trying to imagine myself as a person who really has no idea about what chakras are, what energy healing is. So that makes me help write a much more simpler script rather than throwing terminologies, and I really don't believe in throwing a lot of terminologies. So this will help us actually grow together towards positivity, and that is positive. With this, I would like to take your leave now and hope everyone will learn the important key, and that is self care. So take care and good night to some, good day to a few, and have a great weekend. Bye and namaste.